It was midnight. We were in a haunted Airbnb. I was literally laying on the floor eating donuts because that's all I could find. The media team was still up editing the next day's video, and it was only day 7 of the ride. But that night, I learned more about leadership than any book I had read in my entire life. Day 7 sucked. We only rode 138.6 miles. I felt like everybody who told me I shouldn't be doing this was right. We had a headwind the entire day, and we went so slow that my Whoop literally thought we were doing an active recovery. When we ended that day, we found a nice gravel road. We were supposed to continue to ride, but Joey nor I had any desire to ride on gravel at the end of the day. And we knew that every single mile we rode was 1 mile further away from the place we were staying that night. So we decided that moment to call it quits for the day and head back to this Airbnb. Now, to make matters even worse, when we got to the Airbnb, we had to go down into this gringy basement, which was literally a haunted house, which is where we were spending the night. Dinner was weak, and I was not excited at all to eat that food. And even the showers were like a scene from a horror movie. A locker room type shower setup inside of this Airbnb, and the hot water didn't work. Rather than sit there and have a pity party, I decided to just go to bed. Little did I know that I was way underfueled. And what I found at midnight was not exactly the fuel a champion uses. I woke up, went into the kitchen, saw the media team, and the only thing I could find was donuts. So I laid there on the floor just eating donuts, trying to give myself some sort of fuel for the next day, because my alarm was going off at 3:30 and we were starting to ride at 4:30. And I knew that at 4:30, I was gonna be on a bike on a gravel road in the middle of nowhere, and it was going to be pitch black out. I had never ridden on gravel before, so I wasn't excited about this. And I knew before I even went back to bed after that delicious donut that I was going to wake up in a bad mood.
If you're going to be up at 11:59, at least you're taking down calories.
Yeah. That morning, when we got in the van, I had a light sense of humor. Sure, I was complaining just like most humans would, but I tried to keep it light. I tried to not let the team know just how mad I was to be riding on gravel in the middle of nowhere. I had never done it before, and now you're asking me to do it after I rode 138 miles, and that day was at least 150? I knew I didn't get good sleep. I knew I didn't feel right the day before, but again, it's my job to consistently show up and set the mood for the team. So it wasn't my opportunity to whine. It wasn't my opportunity to complain. The only thing I had to do was put a smile on, get on that bike, and learn how to ride gravel in the middle of nowhere, Kansas at 4:30 in the morning. That gravel road taught me that leadership is all about repetition. It's your choice every single day as a leader to wake up and set the mood and the tone for your team. You choose how you show up for the people you're leading. You choose how to show up for your family and your friends. They don't choose how you show up. But what they do is they do respond to it. So let me ask you this question. When you walk in the door this evening, or you walked in last night to see your family, how did you show up? What was your mood? And then how did they respond? This morning when you walked into the office, or if you haven't yet walked into the office, try it. See how your mood and how you consistently show up changes the mood for everybody else. Leadership isn't about giving some speech or using some motivational quote or cliche. Leadership is showing up not on the good days, that's when it's easy, but it's showing up on the day 8s at 4:30 in the morning when nobody else wants to be out there, and bringing light and energy and humor to the team, inspiring them through your actions, not your words, and doing it consistently, day in and day out. And when it truly matters is the days you don't want to do it, the days when you're tired, the days when you're hungry, the days when you don't want to ride on gravel for the first time. Those days, those are the ones that define you as a leader. That's it for week 3, the Ride Reflections. These are raw, honest reflections of my experience from riding my bike from Mexico to Canada. Every single week, we're going to drop a new episode. And if you're interested in reading along on this journey and not just following along on this journey, check out the link below. Subscribe to the newsletter from the saddle.